Welcome to the SwimSwam podcast. I'm your host, Coleman Hodges. Joining me today, I've got a very, very special guest. He recently went 49.28 in the 100-meter freestyle, making him one of the fastest 16-year-olds all time in the event. He's faster than Caleb Dressel was at his age. Before that, he had a breakout meet at the European Youth Olympic Festival. We're going to go through all of that and more today. We've got David Popovici. David, how's it going, man?
Hello, nice to be here and to be interviewed by you. I'm doing really good. I do have something to say. I do have to correct you. The time you have said, 49.28, is actually the record Caleb Dressel has in the USA at the 15, 16-year-old age group. Actually, my time is 200 of a seconds faster, I believe.
You corrected me. I totally messed it up. I'm a terrible host. You went 49.
I'm a terrible guest.
No. You went 49.26. Caleb Dressel went 49.28. That's important. That makes a big difference. Let's start with that swim right there. And so to give some context to the swim, obviously everyone's been in quarantine where the whole earth is going through the COVID-19 pandemic. Romania was able to have their national swimming championships end of September, early October. Heading into that race, to that event, what had your training been like for the last couple months?
For the past couple months, starting from actually the middle of May, I started training from the middle of May. I've been training gradually, and I believe in July, I started training at a normal pace, at the pace I should have been training if this pandemic hadn't hit. But my training has been going really good for the past couple of months, and I've prepared both mentally and physically very hard, a lot for this competition, for these national championships.
Yeah. And so heading into these, were you expecting to go a time like that? Was that a goal heading into the meet?
I didn't actually have a goal. My goal was just to beat my personal best, which I did at AOF in 2019. I just wanted to do a lot of PBs in everything I competed in, and just to kick some ass.
Absolutely. It seems like you did that. Obviously, you hit the 49.26, which was a personal best for you. How'd your other swims go? I didn't see anything about any of your other swims. Did you kick some ass and all the other stuff?
I'll be honest, I kicked some ass, but the 100 free was the highlight of my meet. So yeah, that's why it has been a lot more. There has been a lot more stuff written about that. But I actually hit a PB in every other race I had, which is 53. I had a 22.9, 200 free 149.0, 50. No, I said 50, and 200 medley 203, which actually had me qualified with B. I don't know how it's called, B for the Olympics.
Yeah, B cut. That's what we call it.
B cut.
B standard.
Yeah, but I don't think it could be official. I don't know. It's just for me. I don't plan on going to with a 200 medley to the Olympics, at least not now.
So those are all respectable time, all awesome times, man. I mean, you broke 23 seconds in the 50 free for the first time. You broke 150 in the 200 free for the first time. Top it off with a 203 and a B cut in the 200 IM. That seems good. So what is your training on, normally look like? Are you someone who is swimming just lots and lots of meters? Are you doing lots of more short sprintery stuff, or is it kind of a mix of both of those?
I guess in this period, especially after this contest and going for even bigger goals. I started training just this week for a lot of strength in the gym, actually, and in the water. I'm going for a lot of endurance, uh, probably a lot of meters, aerobic swims, and maybe once or twice in a week some VO2 max, some hard stuff, hard, short stuff, fast stuff.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah,
so it sounds like that's a pretty healthy mix. You just turned 16. Your birthday, September 15th. That's right.
correct.
So you just turned 16, and you're already hitting the weight room. What is your experience with lifting been like so far?
For I mean, only in the last year I've started lifting more weights, heavier
Mm.
weights, and weights in general. Actually, um, before that I only worked with my body and didn't really focus on weights. But now that I've started really growing up, becoming very tall, um, to prevent becoming skinny and to help me achieving my goals in swimming, I have to put some muscles on me.
That makes sense. I mean, we ran the picture of you flexing. You look buff. It seems like it's already
Yeah,
working.
yeah. I mean the biceps, but I still have to improve some stuff.
Definitely. And it seems like you've got
Thank
a
you.
lot of time too. Speaking of improvement, I want to address this elephant. So the reason I actually reached out to you, I didn't know your handle. We're very far away. You know, you live in Romania. I live in the United States. I didn't figure I could contact you. And then we posted your race video of the 100 free on our Instagram, and someone commented, "Oh, Kyle Chalmers was still faster at 16." And
Yeah,
you on your Instagram account wrote right back and said, "Hey, I just turned 16. I've got plenty of time." Uh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
what are you thinking for by the time you turn 17? Do you have goals now that you want to accomplish?
Yes, I do. I do want to beat the world record for 16 years old, which is actually Kyle Chalmers' record, which is
Mhm.
actually what that person has commented on my video, which I have replied on. I believe his time is about 47.6 ish,
Mhm.
something. And actually, the A cut for the Olympics is 48, sorry, 57. So if I want to qualify to the Olympics and if I will beat his record too. So I'll kill two birds with a stone. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's my goal.
48.6 is around Chalmers time for six when he was 16.
Yeah.
48. Did you say 7? 48.8
Uh,
for the A cut?
what the A cut? The A cut is 48.57. So five.
48.5. Okay. So your goal, you're looking to kill two birds with one stone, like you
Yeah.
said. That makes a lot of sense, and I think that's great that you're willing to just put your goals out there and hopefully work hard and achieve them as well. So again, you just turned 16. How long have you been swimming competitively?
I started swimming competitively at about 8 years old, and at at 10 years old, I had my first major contest, the national championship, first ones, and actually there, I did manage to get a gold in the 50 back. That was my race back 50 back. I used to love swimming backstroke. And at the second national championships, when I was still 10 years old, I broke my first national record. And uh, I guess I can say then I have started to fall in love with swimming. Sounds cheesy, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure winning helps. Uh,
Yeah.
so you obviously had success at a young age, but then you go to Baku and for the European Youth Olympic Festival last year, like you mentioned. And at 14 years old, you break 50 seconds in the 100-meter freestyle. You go a 49.82. You beat out the British teenage sensation Jacob Whittle, who's kind of the favorite in that event. Was that a breakout meet for you? You know, did that kind of open your eyes as to what you could really accomplish?
Yeah, that was my first huge international meet. I mean, Youth Olympics. That was pretty huge for me, and beating a lot of great athletes that I'm still friends with, made me realize what I can accomplish, and making me thirsty for a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. Tell me about that meet as a whole. I mean, it's a, you know, even the title, Youth Olympic Festival. I mean, it sounds like a pretty big production. What was going there and just kind of being in that environment like compared to other swim meets?
Just like at the usual Olympics, the big ones, we were in a Olympic village. We were all stationed, trainers or athletes from all kinds of sports. We were in one tiny little neighborhood. We ate there, we stayed together, we made a lot of connections, and it was very different because we were as a whole there. We weren't one team at a hotel, one country at a hotel, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Well, do you have a favorite memory from that meet? Or a good story that kind of really sticks with you, maybe outside the pool?
There was one guy, some Azeri guy from Azerbaijan,
Mhm.
um, who was kind of supervising our country, our team from Romania, and he was helping us get through the Olympic Village, get to the pool, get to wherever we had to, and he actually became a good friend of mine. Still, we're still friends today. Hello, Mga, if you're watching by any chance. Um, and he was just a really cool guy because he helped us uh, through everything, and kind of experienced the whole thing with us too.
Yeah. That's really great. So were there a lot of Romanian swimmers at that meet with you, or were you one of a few?
Um, I think we were about 10 roughly.
Mhm.
We weren't a lot of swimmers. We compared to the others, to the British swimming team, to Spain, we were few, very few.
Gotcha. And so what is the Romanian swim scene like? I mean, you know, like you mentioned earlier, the pretty much all I know about Romanian swimming is Robert Glinta, who, you know, he swam at
Mhm.
USC for a year. So that's how I know him. And then he's had success on the international stage. He's competing in the ISL for his second season this year. But yeah, what I mean, as a whole, what is the Romanian swimming scene? How would you describe it?
I'd have to say I have to say that a lot of children, maybe just like in the USA, I don't know that, become a talent and blow up when they're little, but don't have the resources to really continue uh, on the level they would want to, and they become uninspired. They become bored, get bored, and they just decide to, maybe I'll leave this sport. It's not for me, because we are, young children here are not really, not pushed but encouraged to do this. We have to. I think it would help to have a lot more resources like pools, nutritionists, psychologists for kids and for athletes in general.
Yeah. Because you have had the success you have, would you say you feel like a celebrity there, or are you seen as a celebrity already because of the ascent and the path you could take in the future?
In the swim world, I do believe people kind of see me like a celebrity sometimes, but I enjoy staying down to earth. I like being humble and about everything, and yeah, I'll remain that way forever. So yeah, no matter how people see me, I'll be the same.
Yeah. Which seems like a very healthy perspective to have.
Yeah.
Especially like you said, without, not having the resources of a sports psychologist or a trainer. Um, how do you, I don't think that perspective is something most people are just born with. I think it's kind of grown over time. Not having some of those resources you mentioned earlier, how have you been able to get to the mental level that you're at right now?
I have been very lucky with good, great people around me, just like my trainer, um, my swim coach. I
Hmm.
guess that's how you call it. Um, we just clicked off when I was about 9 years old. Oh, yeah, 9 years old, and we have been training together ever since. I've met along the way a lot of good people, a lot of people who helped me a lot achieving my goals and growing together. um, at this level, and if you are truly dedicated, you can find ways to procure, I think, the right people around you, like to find the best nutritionist, to find the best psychologist, or so on. But I do believe I have sort of a huge mental strength, because I may not be as buff or huge or tall or strong as other guys of my age or even bigger, but I I do better with my brain. So that's what I believe.
Yeah, that's a good belief.
Yeah.
um, so what's your training group like? Do you train with other athletes, other swimmers? Do you have freestyle training partners around you? How big's the team you swim with?
The team I swim with is consisted of one, two, three, four with me in total. So
Okay.
yeah, that's roughly roughly four. So it's actually a really small group. One of them does butterfly, a girl does medley, the other one does backstroke, and I do freestyle. We're completing each other, but there's a chemistry in between us, so that's what helps with the group perspective.
Yeah. Are they all around your age or is it pretty varying?
Um, they're pretty all they're all pretty much my age. One girl is actually 18 or 19, I
Okay.
believe, but yeah, we we are trained by our trainer, who is a swim coach, sorry, who
Oh, that's
is
fine.
um who is doing a really great job with all of us. So we're calling ourselves the band of brothers. Yeah.
Nice. Um, and so how often are you able to practice right now? I'm guessing, are you even back to a normal practice schedule because of all the things COVID related?
I am back to a normal schedule right now. I have been to a normal schedule since June. So things for athletes here have moved, could have moved quicker, but have moved pretty good. Um, Now I am at a normal schedule, normal training, normal practices, and I hope things will stay the same and won't get worse with time. Yeah, we have to be careful and take care of ourselves, so none of us have to suffer anymore to stay in quarantine, or maybe even worse, get COVID.
Absolutely. So how often are you swimming per week?
Now I'm swimming for uh, 10 trainings a week, 10 swim
Okay.
trainings a week, and three dryland trainings.
Okay. That's a busy schedule.
Yeah, pretty busy, but it has to be.
Are you also in some sort of school as well, or is it just swimming?
Are you asking if I am truly invested in school, or if I any school,
Do
because
you?
I am in a school. I am in a school who understands me, who doesn't have a sports profile, who isn't put on that, but the school understands me, helps me grow, supports me, and as much as I can, as much as my energy lets me, and my schedule, I try to be invested in there as much as I can.
That seems like a very healthy balance.
Yeah,
Um,
it is. I told you I have the perfect people around me.
that's great. Do you live with your parents?
Yeah, I do live with my parents. My my swim, my pool is actually at 3 minutes away from me. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I didn't have to move or anything to swim somewhere. I'm lucky to stay here until, I don't know, 18, maybe. Yeah, 18. When I plan on moving out, I hope my mom doesn't get scared when she sees this, but yeah, I do.
Very cool. So I'm gonna end with a couple personal questions. Robert Glenta, like we mentioned, another very fast Romanian swimmer. He has majestic hair. You have this great, long, luscious hair.
Yeah.
What is the hair? What's the fashion like in Romania? Does everyone have cool long hair like that, or what inspired you to grow your hair out?
Yeah, we're not just like in Hawaii. There, I think people have this long hair and is considered a trend wave. But in Romania, at least when I was younger, a lot of people were picking on me, like, "Why do you have a long hair? Why do you do this? Why do you do that?" Because people here are a bit more closed in themselves. They don't see things, they don't see opportunities that much, aren't very positive. But there are a lot of exceptions.
Mhm.
Um, but I do enjoy it now. I do manage to swim as fast as I can, as I possibly can with it. I shove it in my cap, so it's not a real problem. It just sucks to dry it off after swimming because it's pretty cold here. Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense. Cold, wet hair is the
yeah,
worst.
yeah. You wouldn't want to get a cold.
Yeah. Uh, how cold does it get in Romania?
It's actually a pretty um, low profile country. We don't have any extremes.
Okay,
Um, I'll say in Celsius because I don't know Fahrenheit. I
yeah,
can convert it.
that's
But
okay.
in the summer, it gets around to up maybe even 35 Celsius degrees.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, pretty hot. And in the winter, to zero, some negatives too maybe. But yeah, it's pretty cold and pretty hot. We're all right.
Okay. Yeah. So no extremes. Pretty. I just did a
Yeah,
quick thing. 35
of
Celsius.
course.
It's about 95 Fahrenheit for our listeners in America. So that's kind of like a normal summer here. So um, we can certainly relate to that. I see you have the uh, the painting in your background from the
Uh,
Sistine Chapel.
yeah.
I've always loved that picture. Certainly that graphic of the hands. Does that hold a particular significance to you?
It actually doesn't. I do enjoy art. I do enjoy reading. I do enjoy listening to music. But it doesn't have any specific meaning for me. I do like it, and I think it fits the room.
Ties the room together.
Yeah.
Definitely. Have okay for my personal just I'm curious, have you ever swam a competition in America before?
I haven't actually. I lived in Canada for about a year and a half when I was
Oh,
little,
uh-huh.
but I was 4 years old, I believe, 3. I didn't actually get to swim there. I didn't even start swimming yet. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to try swimming in America. I never swam in short course yards, which is a little bit different from short course meters. It's shorter, just a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, I would like to sometime enjoy those things. Your American things. Sounds weird, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you plan on staying in Romania? Have you considered looking at universities in the United States at all? Have you even looked ahead in your life past the next year yet?
Yeah, I have considered going to the US for studying. I have considered going to just about any university in a part of the world which I kind of like, and which meets with my criteria, which I haven't really set yet because I still have about a year before I have to really think about it. But I have been contacted by a few universities from the US, and for the moment I'm just on standby, just waiting for another year. And yeah, who knows, maybe I'll go there, maybe I'll go to Canada, maybe to New Zealand.
I think that's a great answer.
Yeah, thank you, but I'm open to just about anything.
That's a to me, that's a very smart decision. Keep your options open. There's no rush. That's cool. Yeah. I think that's awesome, David.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, what so far are you qualified for the Olympics yet?
I am not. I have 69 hundredths of a second left to make the A cut, which qualifies me instantly. I think that's about it in your country too. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of work ahead of me. 70 hundredths of a second. Yeah, goes like that. But yeah, there's a lot of work, especially in this sprint group of races, like the 50, the 100, maybe the 200.
Absolutely. And so moving forward in the next couple weeks, next couple months, what are you looking forward to? What are you going to be focusing on? Do you have any competitions coming up after this Romanian championships you just went to?
We in Romania, we don't actually have any competition now, not even to be talked about. The only competition that's kind of certain and the most certain is the Olympics. So we're looking for competitions, if maybe international, maybe even international, if we can go due to COVID. But for now, for this ongoing, for this months that are ahead of me, I'll just try to become the best version of me, just like I try every day at training, evolving.
Yeah. Well, David, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us to talk about, everything that's going on with you. Do you have any parting thoughts before we close out our conversation?
I just want to wish luck to all of my competitors. They're gonna need it.
You've been listening to the SwimSwam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take SwimSwam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.